Good morning, students of class 9. Today I am going to explain you elementary concept of objects and classes. So we have to understand the definition of object and class and what are the similarities and differences between objects and class. So here in introduction, you have learnt about object oriented programming and its principles, data abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism and inheritance in the previous chapters. Now object oriented programming language not only promote these features but also correlate to more basic units. So first, objects. In introduction we have learned, means in the previous chapter we have learned data abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, all these things. So here in this chapter mainly we have to study objects and classes. Object is a fundamental unit of object oriented programming. It means object is the basic thing of OOP. Without an object we cannot assume object oriented programming, because object oriented programming is based on object. Object is real world entities. What is object? Object is real world, real life entities. So real world entities like this pen, it has shape and size and some properties it keeps, like we write using pen, we can point out anything using pen. So pen has some properties and physical appearance and one name also. That's why this is an real world object. So we can describe pen with the help of object oriented programming. Like this many examples we can take. Okay. So object oriented system and are also known as entities. Entities are available in the world, real world entities, things. So real world object and software object, these two things we have to study here in object, real world object. So real world object, those which are experienced or used in our day-to-day life. Like we know ATM machine, mobile phone, these are the real world entities. We have daily use of these devices and it solves our problems. So we can say these are real world entities. A specific item can be defined as a real world object possesses the following features. So an object may have these features. It is visible to us. Okay, object should be visible. Okay, it has a definite shape and size. An object should be a definite shape and size. And next is it can be brought into thoughts and figures. Okay, so these things are real world object. Here one tiger is a real world object, and bicycle, cycle, this is also real world object. Car, clock. Okay, so these are the real world objects. Real world objects, student, each real world object contains characteristics and behaviors. Characteristics and characteristics and behavior. So here, about this phone, we have to understand what are the characteristics of this phone and what are the behaviors of this phone. So first of all, characteristics are model number of a phone. Different types of mobile phone has different type of model number. Dial pad we have different type of dialing pad to dial a number, to dial text, etc. Apps, different types of mobile contain different type of app. The behavior are common. It is used to talk. Every phone is used to talk. Every phone is used to talk, like either low model numbers mobile and very high range mobile, both are used to talk, okay, to dial. It is used to, and so this is common behavior. It is used to browse the internet. Both mobile now these days mobiles are you must keep internet, okay, browsing. It is also used for net banking. Mobiles we can use for net banking if we are having internet connection in our mobile, okay. Similarly, you can consider the table as an object. So we will consider about this table. So what are the characteristics and behaviors? So first, it has a plain glass top on the top, okay. It has 4 legs. It is made up of wood. So wood we use here. So these are the characteristics of a table. All kind of table keeps all these characteristics. And behaviors of a table are used to keep copies and books. In any types of table we can keep copies and books. Used for study purposes, used to keep glasses and plates. So this is behavior of a table, okay. The object described above, like table and mobile, are non-living things. So these both are non-living things. Broadly speaking, the living things are also considered as real world objects. Under this situation, we may assume each living individual as an object. Those characteristics may be defined as their features and their behavior may defined as role of function they perform, okay. So one more example I am trying to describe you. I am taking an example of this car. So engine and fuel systems and these wheels, these are all things are internal part of a car. So we do not need to know internal mechanism of a car. So these are the characteristics of a car, and we use clutch, brake, gear to control a car, to drive a car. So these are the common behavior. In all car we use clutch, brake, gear to control and drive the car. That's why these are common behavior. And engine, internal parts, gearbox, these are the all that are internal mechanism of a car. So I hope you understood characteristics and behavior. So you in the program, at the time of writing program, you have to distinguish between characteristics and behaviors. That's why understand this clearly. In this mobile phone also we use this button to dial a phone, and but we generally don't know what is the functioning of a RAM, what is the functioning of processor. So we use only external thing, behavior of a mobile phone. Now we will understand